Now, before talking about the king's speech per se, let's just talk about what you need to pay attention to when you start a speech. This is universal, no matter what you do. Presentation, self-introduction, or the speech here, in my speech here. When you start speaking, you have to pay attention to something in terms of your manner. I talked about matter, what to talk about, right? I'm not talking about matter, I'm talking about manner. What do you have to pay attention to at the beginning, especially at the beginning? How do you want to start your speech or presentation?
Look audience.
Look at the audience, of course. Good, yeah. You can't start, I am happy to join. Look at the audience, okay?
Yeah,
Okay, look at, okay. Eye contact, of course.
yeah, eye contact.
Yes. Anything else? But eye contact is important, not just the beginning. Right? But you want to make sure you look at the audience and start. Okay. Accept it. But something else. Excellent. Slow down. Why do you need to slow down at the beginning? I'm tapping the question. Why do you, and I'm asking a question. Why do you need to slow down at the beginning? Why? Why? Concentrate. So that the audience can concentrate on your speech. Okay, great. So audience, one reason is that audience is not ready. Right? Especially when you speak fast at the beginning, audience is not ready. I mean, you have to make sure that the audience is with you to be connected. So you want to slow down for the sake of the audience. That's reason number one. Reason number two. Yes. Actually, it's for yourself, for your speaker, for you as a speaker. Why do you need to slow down?
Calm down.
She said calm down.
Yes, because great. Because you get nervous, right? Because once you're up on stage and looking at the audience, you get nervous, right? What happens when you are nervous? You become speechless sometimes, but tendency is you speak fast. Yes. You get nervous, you start speaking fast. So you want to make sure you slow down so you can calm down. Excellent. All right. So slowing down is one important thing that I want you to practice this time, because this is the real beginning of the speech. Last time, and so even though it was not the beginning of the speech, hello, and so, why and so is the beginning of the speech, right? But this is the real beginning of the speech. All right. Slow down. Anything else? Okay, what do you mean by slow down? Okay, let's read it slowly. Okay, one more time. 1, 2, 3.
I am happy to join with you today in what will go down in history as the greatest demonstration for freedom in the history of our nation.
How does it sound to you? Exciting? No. The audience can easily fall asleep after listening to the first sentence, right? So of course you want to slow down, but how do you slow down? Not that way. By the way, a moment ago when you read it for the first time, you're too fast. Now you're too slow, okay? How do you slow down? There are 2 points I want you to remember. How do you slow down? Pause. Pause! Excellent! Good, champion. Yes, of course it does. Pausing is very important. If you do not pause and slow down, it's so boring, monotonous. I am happy to join with you today in what will go down. You need to pause. Today, I want you to take pause intentionally. Longer pause than what Dr. King did. For example, I want you to practice taking a pause after saying, I'm happy. Take a pause for 3 seconds. Okay. So 1, 2, 3.
I am happy
0, 1, 0, 2, 0, 3.
to join with you today.
Okay. 0, 1, 0, 2, 0, 3. Like this. Okay. Take a pause, 3 seconds. All right. Anything else? I said 2 things, but 3 things. When you slow down, you have to pay attention to 3 things. One is pausing, pause. Second point, change the rate, change the speed. You don't want to keep the same speed. I am happy to join with you today in what will go down in history as the greatest. This is boring, because I kept the same timing. You want to change it. How do you change your speed? Yes. How do you want to change your speed? Actually, it's related to the first one. Change the place where you pause. You want to change, you need variation. So if you say, I'm happy to join with you today in what will go down in history as the greatest demonstration for freedom in the history of our nation, is kind of monotonous. The last part was maybe less monotonous, because for the greatest history as the greatest demonstration for freedom in the history of our nation was longer, right? So anyway, some parts were short, some parts are longer. One speech unit, change the unit length. Do you understand? You should have one, like, I'm happy, one unit. That's short, I'm happy. But don't have that short unit from the beginning to the end. It's monotonous. So the latter part, you can have longer unit, right? Also, of course, you can change the speed itself a little bit, right? You can change the speed, not like as the greatest demonstration for freedom in the history of our nation, right? Instead, you can go a little faster. As the greatest demonstration for freedom in the history of our nation. But you don't want to go too fast, like as the greatest demonstration for freedom in the history of our nation. No, again. You want to slow down, but you want to change the speed a little bit. To change the speed, you know what? You know baseball. In order for the pitcher to show something very fast, okay, fast ball, what does the pitcher do? What does the pitcher do? If you know baseball, if you want to make sure your fastball looks really fast, what do you try? You try to throw slow balls. Do you understand? The contrast will make the difference. So for that purpose, first you want to really do slowly, and the latter part a little bit faster, but not too fast. But still the audience feels the change of the rate. Okay? And the third point is intonation. Intonation is very important. And I'm going to talk about it too. Okay. Anyways, I want to tell you more than just speed, but I want any volunteer to come up here first, and I'll help. And from the example, we can learn together. And today you're going to practice. Everybody's going to practice, but first I need a volunteer. If you can do it without looking at the paper, please raise your hand now. Yes! Oh, paper-san. Yeah! Oh, you do it, okay.
I think paper one not.
Two-time champion!
Okay. I am happy to join with you today in what will go down in history as the greatest demonstration for freedom in the history of our nation.
Okay, all right, good. She did one thing that is really great, was this. I didn't talk about this yet, but at the beginning, you want to speak clearly. Enunciation is very important. Even if you speak slowly, if you go, I am happy to join, you know? So you want to, how do you make sure you are enunciating words clearly? You're speaking clearly. How do you do that? Yeah, by opening your mouth. That's right. That's right, and Keiko. Yes. So the first word is what, everybody? I. Yeah. So you go I. Drop I. Don't go, I am happy, but I am happy. Especially at the beginning, make sure you clearly pronounce, like she did. Yes, that's good. Now, as I said, I want you to take 3 seconds of pause after happy. Can you take a pause once again?
3 seconds.
Yes.
Three.
It's an exercise.
I am happy to join.
And the 3 seconds, please count like this. 0, 1, 0, 2, 0, 3. Everybody?
0, 1, 0, 2, 0, 3.
This 0 is important. Because if you say 1, 2, 3, okay, I am happy, 1, 2, 3. Okay, that's like 1 second. So 0, 1, 0, 2, 0, 3. And she did it right too. After saying I am happy, look around the room. Don't stop. Like I am happy, 0, 1, 0, 2, to join with you today. In the afternoon, I had some speakers who couldn't do this. Many people can speak like this while talking, but cannot look at everyone while not talking. So it's important. From here. Otherwise, this is not going to be fun. If you just up and up and up and down, this is not strong. So I am happy.
So?
Yes, try it again. I am happy.
I am happy.
Keep down. I am happy.
I am happy to join with you today.
Today?
Today.
Yes. Next, in what we want?
In what?
It's not the end of the sentence.
In
What will go down?
in what will go down in history
As that?
as the greatest demonstration for freedom.
For freedom?
For freedom.
Yes.
For freedom in the history
Well, you want to come down in the history of our nation.
of our nation.
Yeah.
Wow.
So, just listen to me once. I am happy to join with you today in what will go down in history as the greatest demonstration for freedom in the history of our nation. Right?
Wow.
That's strong. Now, when I say strong, most people speak in a loud voice. Loudness sometimes makes the audience feel like, I don't want to listen to you. Right? In the history as the greatest demonstration for freedom in the history of our nation. Please stop speaking. So instead, you need to have this vocal variety, not just the loudness. And your voice tends to be very strong, and it's good. But I want you to keep your strong voice later, for the later. Just some particular word, maybe you can use a strong voice, but use this tone. Okay. So everybody, let's practice. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Okay, you can read it, or you don't have to read it. Go ahead. Well, let's start. I'm happy. 1, 2, 3.
I am happy
0, 1, 0, 2, 0, 3.
to join with you today
0, 2, 0, 3.
in what will go down in history
0, 2.
as the greatest demonstration for freedom in the history of our nation.
Better. One more time. 1, 2, 3.
I am happy to join with you today in what will go down in history as the greatest demonstration for freedom in the history of our nation.
So, and then 3 seconds of pause can be shorter later. You don't have to keep the 3 seconds of silence. This pausing becomes shorter. That will make the audience feel like, oh, you're speaking faster, right? Even if you don't really go fast. Once again, listen. I am happy
I am happy
to join with you today in what will go down in history as the greatest demonstration for freedom in the history of our nation. So 3, 2 seconds, 1 second, bam. I am happy. Everybody wants 3. I am happy to join with you today in what will go down in history as the greatest demonstration for freedom in the history of our nation. as the greatest demonstration for freedom. If you want, you can breathe in the air. Freedom in the history of our nation.
In the history of our nation.
Okay, practice with each other. Pair up.